Dude, hold on. There we go. Now, hello, everybody. I'm going to just excuse my hand. Paul, first one in. How are you, sir? Sorry, I'm just trying to tighten things up here because why would I wait? The great Matt Woods, who came out of retirement from YouTube videos this week. And by the way, sir, I didn't say this yet because I didn't realize it until late last night. I was behind on my Master and Madam videos, so I didn't realize it. But happy retirement to you, sir. Madam, how are you? Yes, Matt, I'm sorry. Happy retirement on your, was it Air Force Reserves? But that's cool. Yeah, we had a little bit of a late start here. So the little guy's eating breakfast. You're probably going to hear a lot of commotion going on with that. My wife is making his food. I was going to cook something. I just like, look, screw it. I have like 5 minutes. Let's just order food. So hopefully they'll be dropping that off. Not in the middle of the show. But yeah. Yeah, psych, I'll say this. That's a little bit of the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. That pitchfork did kind of scare me a little bit. Not just because it's the actual pitchfork, but I felt like maybe Matt's done that once or twice. Like it looks like he got that crazed look and experience in his hand. Sorry, it's moving up. Frog, how you doing, sir? Honey, Madam says hello.
Hi.
She says hi. I think you could hear that. That's how mics work. Cup, how you doing? I don't know why this doesn't look straight to me, but apparently it is because it's, oh, maybe if I go like that. Morning is a time for being busy. Oh, there we go. Now I'm totally tilted. Okay, well, the whole house just shifted. Man, I want to thank everybody, by the way, who joined me last week for my little surprise LCS visit. Surprise because it was an idea I had like at the last minute, and then I was like, yeah, you know, probably should have promoted that more, but oh well. And I did kind of have to end a little abruptly. I do kind of apologize on that. I'm not good with endings, I think. But yeah, my mask had coffee breath, so there you go. Comics by the Bay, hello there, sir. Durs, hello again. If you haven't already, you should see that Durs was our latest guest on 7-Minute Stories. You can take a look at that in the video history. Evil, how you doing? Main event, David, I didn't see you earlier. How you doing, sir? Seth, thank you very much. We all say hello, of course. We all have a savage in us, and I've seen my savage. Not hard to harness that energy. I feel like Matt might be deriving a lot of that energy from those Conan the Barbarian books that he enjoys. Yeah, Durs was great. And by the way, if you want to be challenged, if you want to be on 7-Minute Stories, let me know. We're trying to put things together. Oh, let's see here. Madam, I'm still trying to get my wife ready so that we can do kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Tastic and Madam and Master Blaster 7-Minute Stories or something like that. Yeah, Stampgate was real. I'm going to be honest with you. At first, when I saw the video, excuse my hand again, of course, why would I have this prepared? When I first saw Master and Madam's video, I'll say this. I was like, well, you know, look, it's their game. I guess he could you know, do anything he wants for the rules. And the stupid thing is annoying me. Sorry, people. There we go. I don't think that's any better, but I give up at this point. Yeah, and my thought too is I know that stamps are a lucrative collectible. Working in insurance, I do see stamp collections, not physically, of course. I see pictures come through, and then I saw Matt's video and was like, you know what? He's convinced me. So hopefully, Master does the right thing and walks back this way. And I think I think we might see something from them later on, if I'm not mistaken. Zach, how are you, sir? Yeah, you know what? She can't wait. Madam says she can't wait to meet you. You got an awe. But
Same here.
yeah, you know, it's a little bit of nerves. Yeah. And it's a little bit of, we have to see if we could get one of my siblings or somebody over to watch the baby because, yeah, he's going to be very active, I'd imagine. Trev, how you doing? How you doing? So let's see. I didn't get anything this week because, like I said, as you saw, I went to my LCS last week. I picked up about 2.5 months worth of stuff because I've been spacing it out. And my haul wasn't as big as I had anticipated, but after the fact, there were some other books I did pick up. So I'm going to show off the entire haul to you. Then we'll go into what I actually read this week. I'm going to be changing up how I do what I read very shortly, trying to put something together. I had an idea before. Hey, Brian. I had an idea before my old iPad went kaput, and I had to go on my little forced hiatus. But then, yeah, I had another better idea, and it involves a little bit of music. I'm not musically talented, so trying to see if I could get some people in for a little bit of assistance. I'm not sure if I'm going to go live yet next week. Not next week, I'm sorry, the week after next, Christmas Eve. Stay tuned on that, because I don't know. We have to go to 3 different houses in the span of a couple of days, so I really don't know what we're doing yet. But I will keep you posted. I've just kind of figured out how to use the community tab. So that's probably the best way to see it. So I'll show you what I've got, and if anything is notable as far as why I got it, I will let you know. And if I haven't done so already, I'll just kind of organize these a little bit too. So this was a new series from Jason Aaron, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. Mike Del Mundo cover. That's why I picked it up. Love Mike Del Mundo, as you guys know. And if you don't, then you do. Mike Del Mundo, no problem, main event. I know that this is a busy time of year. You guys don't have to apologize if you have to jump in and out. That's perfectly fine. I actually had taken on an art project, hoping to get it done in time to mail some stuff out for Christmas, and that's probably not going to happen. But I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll pick up some steam on stuff and feel better, David. Yeah, I'm a big Mike Del Mundo fan. He's actually the artist who did the graffiti cover for Miles Morales #1 that came out this past week. My copy, I'm very happy, is sitting at my LCS waiting for me, so I'll probably pick that up within the next month or so. It's good to hear, Evil, because you know what? I like Jason Aaron, but with me, he runs hot and cold. It's either great or meh. I thought his Thor run was great. I've only read a couple issues of his Avengers run. I do like his kind of Avengers BC stuff, but the rest of it was uneven for me, at least. And I thought he had a good, not a great Wolverine run back in the day. Very kind of Grindhouse style, which I enjoyed. I did like his Ghost Rider, but I thought it kind of ended abruptly. That might not have anything to do with him, though. Do some Christmas presents into January. Yeah. Junkyard Joe #2. And, I had put out my first video post-hiatus. And thanks everybody who took a look at that and commented. It's more of a personal video, so I was kind of stopped at like, hey, you may or may not like this video. That's fine. But Dope actually had suggested Geiger as part of some books that maybe, especially as a dad, has a little bit of a kind of sentimental punch to it. I kind of see where it's coming from. Geiger didn't hit me as that type of story, but anyway, I enjoyed the first issue of Junkyard Joe. I'm going on to the second one. I know Junkyard Joe is a spinoff of Geiger, so we'll see that. Catwoman #48. I really liked this cover. Catwoman, I don't like Tini Howard's writing. I've said that before, but I don't know. I'm hoping she surprises us, though I should kind of, I think, get off that wagon waiting on it. I did also get the 90s variant, the Jim Balent costume. I remember those days. And, we're going to try a brand new segment right now. I didn't plan on this. We're going to call this segment, What Cover Does My Wife Hate the Most This Week? So I'm going to put this one up as the first nominee. Honey, do you hate this cover? Okay, she hates this one. Okay. So this is the first nomination for covers my wife hates this week. Just for example, some people really enjoy it, honey. Honey, what do you think of this cover? Okay. I knew that was going to happen. So just figure as like a I don't know what to say, baseline here. So some comments coming in. I enjoyed Miles Morales 1. The series itself, that one, I'll be honest with you, Diamundo is an exception where I try to do a cover grab, and I don't grab all his covers. I kind of jumped off the Miles bus a while. I enjoy the character. It's just too big of a pull list. So I do read more Miles digitally than anything else. I hate when that happens. You have to understand that I as soon as I saw that cover, and actually Del Mundo was promoting that on his site, he was actually selling them signed and remarked. And the only reason I didn't get it was because it's the same amount for his raw signature and remark as it would if he were to do a CGC signing. So I couldn't justify that. I did get myself some Christmas presents from him though, and you will see that in a future video. Yeah, art will look solid. And you know what, Del Mundo, I realize is, hey, Frog, I don't know if I saw you before. There's, Del Mundo is one of those artists I know people feel one way or the other about. I enjoy him. If you don't, that's great too. Exterminators #2. I read issue 1, thought it was good, not great. Interested in seeing where this is going, and I do have #3 waiting for me because, as you know, I'm behind. That's right, Durs. I know what you meant. So I don't think there's anything that my wife would find objectionable on this cover. So I don't know if I could nominate anything there for covers my wife hates. Oh, that should be you know what, honey, we're going to do a short. Maybe we'll do it together of covers my wife hates.
There you go.
Yeah. Gambit #5. Thought this was a good series. Interested in seeing the conclusion. Putting my X-Men all together. Yeah, I mean, the first issue, and I talked about it, I don't think last week, maybe the week before. The first issue I enjoyed. The only problem I had, well, there was 2 issues I had. I don't feel like they necessarily got the tone of Dazzler correct. I don't know, maybe the future issues do. And Jubilee seemed a little bit off too. I don't know if she still has a kid or not. I didn't finish. I didn't follow rather her into the Knights of X, so I don't know what happened. I think he was a dragon the last time I paid attention. He's got it in his read. Yeah, let me know how you feel about it. Pull is already too big. I finally took Hulk off it. I'm hearing a lot of people dropped Hulk, and look, I've never been a big Donny Cates fan. I liked his stuff on Thanos. I didn't. I said that like I'm royal or something. Thanos. My wife just gave me a look. Not a good look. When I was like, "What did I do?" Yeah. What did he? Yeah, I didn't follow him into Venom. I read King in Black online. I didn't think it was great, but that's just my opinion. Marvel botches characters like they have been. Besides the Spider-Verse, we're going to talk a little bit about the Spider-Verse in a bit. There's All Out Avengers #3. I didn't expect to like the first 2. I talked about this 2 weeks ago. I did like the direction they're going, so I figured let me check out the third one. That was an unexpected one. Wolverine 27. I have to look because I think I may have missed a couple issues of this because I remember him and Deadpool popping up, and I said to my LCS, "Hey, what's going on? You know, Wolverine is like my book that I always I've been getting for a while now." So we'll sort that out. X-Men Legends. I know this one is definitely older. 2 and 3. Yeah, Marvel. I found out. Excuse me. I feel like has been finally hitting a stride with some of these like retro series. I think the Larry Hama Wolverine on have been very good. I wasn't a fan of the Claremont ones. I can't think of the name of them. So it was X-Men Forever. But yeah, he did great on that Gambit series, I think. Immortal X-Men #8. This is the Noto variant. I've been liking Immortal X-Men. I think it's definitely one of the stronger X-Men titles. Planet Hulk did it for me. It was going into the changing, but it felt like it. Is that the newer? Oh no, they're doing World War Hulk now. You're talking about the old Planet Hulk story? Old, like 10 years ago or so, I guess. Let me know. Yeah, people like I've been hearing Vanish is good. Again, I'm just not huge onto it. That's just me though. Tiger Division 1. This is a book many people have been talking about. I wanted to take a look at it, And here we go. And I got this variant. Let's see if this one fits the list. Honey,
Yeah.
do you hate this cover?
That's okay.
It's just okay. So I'm going to put it as a nominee. Okay. And should we try to throw a non-cheesecakey cover in? And by the way, if you guys have any suggestions for books that I may or may not have, where my wife might hate the cover, let me know. X-Men number 16. What I thought was interesting, any old school fans might know, yes, this is definitely Black Tom, or no, I'm sorry, it's Forge because he's got the headband. That is Caliban. And that's interesting because he's been kind of absent from the Krakoa scene. Yeah, he was the character that kind of started out very bloodthirsty. You hate Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Oh, yeah, no, the Kingpin one. She hates things for a different reason. Rogues Gallery number 4. I picked this up, but I'm missing number 3. So this one is going to go into the I have to get to that at some point pile. Sabretooth and the Exiles number 1. Interested in seeing this. I wasn't going to jump into Sabretooth. I did like how his series ended, and I think this one has an interesting premise. I do like that they brought back, I'm looking at the cover, Nanny and Orphan Maker. Seems like she has a couple reasons why she hates the book she does. Maybe. But here's the thing. She also hates Magic, the character. And
But why do I hate magic?
well, I was just going to get into that. Well, you want to come on and tell people?
I can't. I'm feeding it.
Okay. X-Force 33. David left already. I know he was following this because of Kraven attacking Krakoa. Again, I'm a little far behind. And, you know, I don't really pick up that many. I don't go out and look for like Zenoscope kind of books and whatnot, or Vampirella. It's just sometimes the covers of the books I'm getting have that. New Mutants 31. David recommended this one as well.
But doesn't every comic have a variant?
No. Is it just me, or does Nanny and Orphan Maker not even look like mutants? It kind of goes with the character, and I'll be honest with you. I wasn't a big Nanny and Orphan Maker fan. I thought they were terrible until I read the Hellions series, and this is kind of a continuation of that from what I understand. Yes, he was, but he got better because comics. Madam, any more bad mouth? Any more is 2 words, Matt. Any more bad mouthing? Amazing Spider-Man 50, and we will let Master off the hook for Stampgate. I'll say this, Master, Madam rather, Master, if you see this later, if you really don't like that Amazing Spider-Man 50 that much, I will do you guys a solid. Send it to me, and I will take it right off your hands, because that's the kind of guy I am. We run a school here, right, honey, for delinquent comics, and we rehabilitate them into a long box. Yeah, you know what it is? My wife's reference for Magic is the more recent costume design, and I keep explaining that, you know, I think as a character-wise, if she were to read some of the stories, she might actually enjoy it. Stop. Oh, hold on. Stop lying. We all know you're a closet Zenoscope fan. No. See you, Brian. And look, if you like Zenoscope, that's nothing against you. It's just I don't buy it. That's just me. X-Men Red number 8. I've also been liking this series. Works very well in tandem with X-Men Red. New costume in the next Midnight Suns. I haven't been following the Midnight Suns series, but I feel like everybody got a new costume in that, at least in the video game from what I've been seeing. Jerry, I see that. Show her the knee magic costume from the Midnight Suns. I have to look it up, I guess. Here's a series I think that she actually is liking. She-Hulk number 7. Oh, the design variant. Okay. And She-Hulk number 8. It's in the comic, Phil. It's so dope. Okay. I'm going to probably look at that digitally. I don't know why I just held these like wet fish or something. Like it was like... I forgot my gloves downstairs. It's the comic. It's not related to the game at all. Okay. I got a design variant for New Mutants 29. He just kind of threw this one in. I did enjoy New Mutants 29. New Mutants, rather, not New Mimi. I'm a... Yeah, moosh mouth. This one I'm very happy to show off. Everybody's loving the Del Mundo cover. That's a great cover. This was a book that came out within the last month, I'm assuming. This is, in my opinion, the best Mark Brooks cover, period. I like Mark Brooks. If you've seen some of my older videos, when I record from my basement, that big X-Men picture I have is a Mark Brooks. I had that print signs. You know why I'm doing all the hashtags? You should check out the updated comic community lexicon. I'll have to read. I don't know if I have the most recent one. If that was a Hulk book from the current run, I totally understood why they're holding it like a wet fish. Yeah. No, I don't have the game. Unless you're not talking to me. Yeah, because I don't have a PlayStation, I don't have an Xbox, and I have a child, which takes a lot of time out. We do have a Switch, and I don't PC game either.
More than a Switch.
What?
We have more than a Switch. We have variety of games.
Yeah, and we have the retro Super Nintendo and Nintendo. Yeah, the classic. That doesn't count. This is that Mark Brooks cover I was trying to hype up. I really, really, really like this one. Let's see if it's wife approves. Honey.
That's nice.
It's nice. Okay. So that one's not going to go to the nominees. But yeah, love Mark Brooks' work on that. What game are we talking about? I think they talk about the new Midnight Suns game, which, by the way, I thought it was also weird from what I saw that it's a real-time strategy. 8 Billion Genies, number 6. X-Force 34. I should give him the vitamin. Honey, when you're done, can you grab? I think our food just popped up. And X-Men number 17. I'll ask my wife if she likes this cover. Oh, good. It was dropped off, he says. Okay. Let me see. I did pick up a poster. If you saw last week, you know my LCS is trying to get rid of some posters. I'm not going to show this off because I am using it as a, what do you call it? A-OK. Is that a wolf in the background? Oh, the little chirping? No, that's my son who, that's my son who's eating breakfast. Hey, buddy, you got to keep it down. He just gave you the finger. He's 9 months. So I'm not even getting mad. I'm a little more impressed. And this was kind of, I've been working on an X-Men run. My LCS does not get many old X-Men books. So when he does, I try to grab him. This is X-Men number 80. Again, I'm filling in a run. Let the kid howl. Yeah, he can howl. He knows I'm joking. Yeah. You have to do the alarm. I'm a little, yep. Poor little Grogu. Yeah, here's the thing, I'm not really convinced about this cover. Madam, if you're still here, I'd love for you to weigh in. Yeah, you got some great color scheme, I'll say that. I don't know. I don't want to see Juggernaut's ass on a cover. I don't know. It's Jugger butt, right, buddy? Condition-wise, it's okay. There's some spine ticks, but you know, this is more, again, filling in something. Exactly, Seth. Okay, so that was everything I picked up for my LCS last week. We'll show this. She's picking up the food that just arrived, and I'm hungry. So I'll tell you what I read. Anything with a villain that makes I don't know. Oh, wait, here we go. Madam, too much attention goes to the crotch. Yeah, that's kind of my thing too. Those in between the leg covers are highly coveted. You went there. Okay. So, what did I read? Edge of Spider-Verse #3. Edge of Spider-Verse books. Let's see here. Trying to remember. The Spider-Man India I thought was okay. Let's see. And yeah, it's a return from the limited series from a while back. The Night Spider, which is a Black Widow type of Black Widow, excuse me, a Black Cat type of one. That's the one actually in here by Dan Slott. These are again anthology type of books. Was good, not great. It was interesting, but I kind of feel like they just jumped in there from the character. Sakura Spider. I'm trying to think if that's the one I really hated. Let me see here. Sakura Spider I thought was weird. I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of like an animation or anime thing. Yeah, Eva, I'm going to read that digitally. I was thinking about getting it in print. And I was just like, oh, that's it. Because I loved Slott's run on Spider-Man. This one was okay. Not great, not terrible. Two good stories, one that I could do without. Edge of Spider-Verse 4. There's going to be, did I read number? Yeah, there's number 5 in here too. Spider-Ham I thought was interesting because who gets better? Do enjoy all the Spider-Verse stuff. I'll show you why. 'Cause this is something my wife and I have joked about. I've joked about with friends. What if there was like an accountant by the name of like Spider-Man? And sure enough, there is a that's this Spider-Verse Peach Spider-Man in here. So that made me chuckle. Sometimes I like corny stuff. That's just up to me. This one, though, the second one in here, it was called Spinstress in Once Upon a Spider, the Spinstress Princess, which is a difficult thing to say when you haven't drank enough water, so let me hydrate. This has been the best of the Spider-Verse ones, I'll be honest with you, for this run. It's basically like if there were a Spider-Man Disney princess and yeah, I like this one. I could have read just a book on this. Just it was so original and just interesting, and they do the sing-songy stuff. Is she an actual Disney character? But like I just thought it was that type of style, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to be honest with you. The story in the back here, which is I think the final one in this book. Let me see. Hold on a second. No, it's not. Then this was a Dan Slott one. Absolutely terrible. The one after this. It's basically do you remember the Spider Buggy? Don't forget to support Mad Spidey. Going to his latest video. Comment. Okay. I have to look up Mad Spidey. I haven't watched one of his stuff in a while. I'm behind on my YouTubing. No, it just basically is, and I hated it. If I wanted to read it or watch, yeah. Are you talking about in the anthology stuff at all? But I don't know. Yeah, the second one with the third one rather with the car was dumb. Sun Spider was the final one. Interesting ideas. You have basically it just tried to take Barbara Gordon. I don't even remember this one is here. And basically they have a spider person or spider woman that's in a wheelchair, and was just okay. I felt like, all right, they're trying to force another female Spider-Man in, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well. And this one barely works. The final one, let me see. I don't know if I remember. Oh, yeah, I remember this one did have one I thought was terrible in it. 3 stories, Hunter Prey. I thought this was really good. And actually, main event, if you watch the replay, this is good too. You have basically if Craven became that universe's type of Spider-Man. A little bit of a what if, and but a great take on it. And I thought this was interesting too. He's basically killed all of the Spider-Man villains, and he has them kind of planted up there. You right, buddy? Too many cigarettes. And then one thing I thought was really cool about him is that he actually sought out to find the other Spider-Verse people. They didn't go after him, so it was good though. So I have to stick with Comic Journey. Yeah, that one. Just thinking about with Craven with our earlier discussion. The one after that I felt was something forced. It's basically cross-dressing Spider-Man. I thought it was going to be like a Shakespearean thing.
No.
Too many cigarettes needs to be a name of a channel. Agreed. That is good. Yeah, that one I didn't like at all. And it's nothing against cross-dressing. If they want to cross-dress, that's great. It's just, I just kind of felt like it was like there. And the one in the back, it was a little funny one. It was supposed to be like a little black and white ink type of thing. That was good. I'm going to be honest with you. I liked it better than the bad ones. When do we say that? And that was the end of that series. Ant-Man #2. I'm really liking this series, even though it's basically it's like Ant-Man's Spider-Verse. That's how I kind of see it. And yeah, if you're unfamiliar, basically they're going through different iterations of Ant-Man throughout time for some big future kind of confrontation, hence the Spider-Verse comparison. So this one was focused on Eric O'Grady, from the early 2000s. I think he was more, did he call himself like the Black Ant or something like that? I think I only read 1 or 2 issues of his story. But I'm enjoying this series. I think I'm missing #3. So I have to see if I have that somewhere or if I can get a hold of it, because I do have #4, but I'm not going to go on to 4 until I read 3. Defenders Beyond. I think this is almost done. Hey, what's going on, Kenneth? Ant-Man is what my ex-girlfriend used to call me. Yeah. Frog, I think it's just a limited series. But like I'm enjoying it, but again, it's the distinct feel like, is this an Ant-Man story? I haven't read a whole bunch of Ant-Man, so I can't really make that assertion, but it kind of feels like it was like, let's take the Spider-Verse and throw it into another character. I'm liking it. I'm here for it, but I see what they're doing, if that makes sense. Defenders Beyond. I read 1 and 2 and I enjoyed them, and it's been a while since, so I'm a little bit confused. I really love the art style in here. But if you read this, just know that there's a chance you're going to be kind of confused. At least I am. I think maybe I just have to go back and read 1 and 2. Mike, you caught me at the wrong time. At my most curious, you'll get my official hashtag next time I review one of your review videos. Okay. Yeah, it's just $4. Make it to him, didn't get the Spider-Verse vibes. Okay, well, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I have to hunt down issue 3 first. Defenders Beyond, yeah. So I'm enjoying it, but I am confused, and it's one of those books you do have to pay attention. And I do like the art style in here too a lot. They did kind of break down a lot of the panel breakings. They didn't do, I should say, as much. Yeah, I could see that. There we go. But this one is, I like the style on it. They're trying to tie it basically into some newer and kind of less obscure books as well. But nice reveal at the end, and nobody's really talking about this. And I'm kind of stumbling because I'm kind of like, do I want to show off this last panel? Do I not want to? So you guys tell me, because it would be a definite spoiler. Gotta run. Have a sweet weekend. You too, madam. Yeah, I'm not going to show it off. If you guys really want to see it, let me know, and I'll flash it. But it looks like a DC character has kind of bled over to Defenders Beyond, and I haven't heard anybody talking about it. So that's why I'm a little like, maybe I'm wrong, but definitely interesting. Okay, the last thing I read was, and this was the best thing I've read in weeks, the conclusion to Catwoman, Lonely City. Spoiler away, no reading. Okay, all right, guys, heading out to, okay, bang. Let's do this. Before I talk about this, oh, you know what? I do have 2 more books I picked up in here. 1 more book. Oh, this is a contender for, my wife might hate this cover. I forgot about this. I'm sorry. I've said I'm a big Gen 13 fan, old school Gen 13. So I picked up the Wildstorm Anniversary Gen 13 cover. Let's see, honey, how much do you hate this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this one's in a hate pile. So we'll do that in a few minutes. But I have to say, Catwoman, Lonely City. I've often said Catwoman's been one of those characters I don't feel like many people have really kind of nailed. I don't think there was the quintessential Catwoman story necessarily yet. I do think Catwoman and Batman, or Batman and Catwoman, the King series, was probably the closest that we've seen to a quintessential Catwoman story yet, especially that one-shot annual. This one, though, I have to say, I think this is my favorite Catwoman story. Again, you're dealing with Black Label, so it's presumably not going to be in continuity. You're dealing with a story where Catwoman is kind of putting things together after Batman has expired. It's a good kind of end, like a big kind of reveal, basically, of how Batman and Joker died. You're dealing with geriatric versions of the characters, which I'll be honest with you, I was all in for. And you see like kind of the next generation of the Gotham characters, at least in here. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Great, satisfying ending. I think it was my LCS owner, Sean. If he said this on the last live stream. He pointed out that one of Two-Face is the antagonist in this. He's running for mayor of Gotham, or Harvey Dent is, I should say. There's a scene where an officer pops out and disobeys one of his orders. And from what I understand, this officer, basically his likeness is based off of somebody who actually exists and who knows my LCS owner and is friends with Cliff Chang, the writer and artist. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I loved this book so much. This is definitely my pick of the week. And if you haven't read Lonely City yet, definitely pick it up. I don't know if they're collecting it yet. I think I read that they're going to put that out maybe next year. If it's available digitally, all the more better. I'll be filming. Durs, I'm there for it. I got to look it up. I might not be able to join you live, but let's see. She doesn't like the covers that give you think. Hoo-ha. Isn't old Catwoman, she's now a cougar? Yeah, that's a technicality. You can tell I didn't have coffee yet because I'm kind of looking at that. Oh, honey, can you give me the coffee that's there? That just reminds me.
There's no coffee.
There's a coffee.
There's no coffee that came with it, no.
Are you lying?
I'm not, I swear to God. It was just my drink. Did you order coffee from them?
It's supposed to come, I think, with it. Okay, so we got stuff to do after the show now. I needed that coffee. Yeah, so, honey, one more thing here, too. So here's Magic. I'll show her again. In an alternate costume. Do you hate that one?
That one is okay because it's actually busy enough where you're not focusing on it.
Okay. All right, so, yeah, Catwoman Lonely City, I loved it. So why don't we do this? We're going to show off 3 covers. I'm going to show these to you. You've seen these already. You tell me which one my wife is going to hate the most, and then we'll show it to her. Okay. So cover 1 is Tiger Division number 1. Cover 2 is Cat 149, the 90s variant. And cover number 3 is Wildstorm 30th Anniversary issue number 1, the Gen 13 cover. So, 1, 2, or 3, which one do you think my wife will hate the most? I'll give you guys a couple minutes to answer, and then we'll turn it over to her. You know what it is too? Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't like, to be honest with you, I picked up that cover because that was the Catwoman I remember from my youth, the Jim Balent one. Won't be able to talk to chat live and film in the shop. Okay, well, therefore, okay. So far, Seth, I'm going to count yours as a vote. There's 2 for Catwoman. Psych agrees with that one. Okay. I'm going to give you guys another 20 seconds. Just going to hit the 90s cover the most. Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured your vote was, I should say. Okay. Evil going with Tiger Division. Going against the grain. Yeah, Evil. You just made me think of something. Your icon, as I look really close at my camera, is that a Bowie icon? I've always wanted to ask that, and then I know that you just made the Bowie Phoenix reference or comment earlier. Okay, so we got 1 Tiger Division, 3 90s, nothing for the Gen 13. Okay, all right. So let's find out, honey. When you're done washing your hands, we need you. Honey, I need you for a bit. Okay, let me wash my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so we took a vote, and let's see. Of 3 covers, Tiger Division number 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Archer variant, I believe. Catwoman, the 90s variant. And Wildstorm, what? Catwoman's the one you hate the most.
Yeah.
So if you voted Catwoman, you were correct. So you win nothing. Not going to lie to you. Look, it's the holidays. Shipping is expensive. I'm going to start doing giveaways again, I think, in the new year. But yeah, I have to kind of figure out the shipping of it because I think I got ripped off sending out the Comics Curing Cancer painting out to Legion of Comics. Nothing with Legion, of course. I think I got ripped off from my shipper. That painting, and I threw in a what do you call it? Copic sketch. Yeah, I know it was an easy one, and I had thrown in a Copic sketch. It cost me like $35 to send it from New Jersey to Georgia. You know, maybe my dimensions were weird because I had to kind of make my own box, which I wish I took a picture of because it was kind of hilarious. But yeah, so I'm kind of playing around with different shipping options. I'm hesitant to jump into like a Shippo or something like that, and my post office is terrible, as I've complained about before. So we're trying to figure that out, and again, maybe in the new year, I could start doing giveaways again. I could do digital giveaways. You know, Legacy Comics, whom I've spoken about, has some great stuff coming down the pike that they also offer digital stuff. And to be honest with you, the shipping could get a little expensive sometimes too. So digital might be the way to go on that, just in my opinion. But look, I'm out of stuff to talk about. We've been on for 45 minutes. That's not bad. Saved you a little bit under an hour. And yeah, I didn't talk about any DC movie stuff, in case you're asking, because we have no idea what's going on. It's all conjecture. Other than Patty Jenkins didn't want to change her movie. So we'll see what that means. But I'm going to leave you today. I appreciate you guys for checking in. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Jersey, a cold one. We've got some stuff planned. Hopefully I could get some of that Christmas artwork stuff done, and I'm starving. So thanks again for checking it out. Support anybody in here who has a show coming up. I know Durs has talked about he's filming at his LCS. Journey talked about Mad Spidey. And yeah, with that being said, peace, love, and comics. Take care, everybody.